Hey, it's LT, Bands and Clubs of the Triangle, also Bands and Clubs of Triad MC. Had to make sure I had that labeled right. And Awesome Aura 10. And we are so pleased to have with us a band member of Radio Revolver. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be
It's
here.
Eric, right?
That's right.
Eric, and out of the Greensboro area. Do you live in Greensboro, or where are you at, Eric?
I live in Greensboro. Been there my whole life.
All right, you're in Greensboro, and again, we speaking right to our audience over there. Bands and Clubs of the Triad MC. Also, as we said, Bands and Clubs of the Triangle. Also, Lisa is helping us with some photos, and she's going to do part 2 of this interview. But we're so glad, and here's a great band in the Triad, but taking interest in the whole state of North Carolina, and has begun a friendship with Lisa, with myself, in just in terms of scoping out the Triangle, scoping out the whole state of North Carolina. And one of those descriptions is, I think, Eric, semi-retired, and this is your passion, and you've really enjoyed. How many years for Radio Revolver?
Radio Revolver's been around about 10 years in different forms. They weren't always called Radio Revolver. Might have been called Two for Flinching at one time. That was a great name, but Radio Revolver is the name we ended up with, and this current band is an evolution of that band.
Okay. Now, band members, I think we were talking about it previously, 4 members, and I don't know if there's been change of personnel, usually typical of a band, and the years formed, but who are the band members, where are they from, and maybe positions in the band? Woo, that's a lot.
Well, Tempe is our lead singer. She's from Galax, Virginia. She's amazing, incredible singer. We have Rob Wojnar is our new drummer who is replacing Rob Luce. Rob Wojnar is also from Greensboro. Rob Luce was also from Greensboro.
Okay.
And we're excited to have Rob. Rob starts full-time starting New Year's Eve is his really first show as the permanent drummer.
That's not a big one. Not a big one.
But he'll be great.
No
and and then we got Jim Wood, who's from Burlington, and he is the bass player and an incredible singer, incredible bass player. He's we're lucky to have the group that we have. It's 4 very committed professional musicians, and I'm very happy with everybody.
And let's don't forget, and any band would like to get there, but you're organized enough or friends enough or however, you've got 2 other people that help, right?
That is correct. We have Carlton, who is the sound engineer.
Gotta have sound. Gotta have
it. And we also have Mick, who Mick does play some acoustic in some songs. Really takes a great deal of work to keep my guitars in tune and doing all the things they do, and he does all that for me. And they do all the load in and load out. We don't have to do that because we're so fortunate to have those guys. Without those guys, it would be very tough on us old people doing it.
Oh man, awesome! Well, that's great. So Triad, Triangle, and one of those in Burlington, right? So he's
Right.
on our side or coming this way in terms of that, and it's just amazing. Sometimes you understand Eric, and maybe the computer helps, or they come together at some point in the market for rehearsals or whatever, or they do a lot online. But it's just amazing sometimes, even some presence in the Triangle, and we got somebody that lives in Greenville, or it can happen. Maybe it takes some extra work, but
it does. And I think the secret has been come prepared with the songs you know, and you can put 10 songs together in a 3-hour period. If you don't come prepared, it takes you years to get a catalog.
Well, Eric, help us. The set list. What kind of band is this? The genres, or what's what are we bringing to the party all over the state of North Carolina?
Well, it's a great question. I think a lot of people ask us about our catalog and how we got here. We started off with probably more blues than we have today. What we really are today is what we like to call an iconic rock band. So we play iconic songs. Every song that you'll hear us play is a song that you've heard before, that you can sing to, dance to, do whatever. There's not many songs that we play today that you wouldn't hear of. It's sometimes you'll find somebody, believe it or not, that hasn't heard Uptown Funk before. So we will play anything from Uptown Funk to You Shook Me All Night Long.
Right.
But generally speaking, everyone knows every song, and that's been a very strategic thing that we felt we needed to do to drive the popularity of the band. And since we've made that change, we've been extremely popular from it. you know, the downside of it is sometimes you don't get to play the songs that you love or the artists that you love because you're. But our goal is to please the crowd. What does the crowd want to hear? This is what they were telling us, and that's what we went and did.
And Eric, Radio Revolver, the most of the settings or the crowds, they want to dance. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, you know, the funny story about that is we'll play. There's a great winery in the Greensboro Triad area called Stonefield Cellars.
Okay.
And you would think, oh, these guys are going to play at a winery. You know, it's going to be kind of sipping wine and listening to rock music. And these guys get up, they dance the whole night. It's the most incredible venue. They've been very good to us. And yeah, that's, you know, so yeah, no matter what venue we play, it seemed to get people up. And it's the singing along, I think, is our bigger thing. You know, we're not playing 100 dance songs. We're playing songs that you can sing along and tap your feet to. And that's kind of that's our goal. It's sometimes when I listen to these videos and I try to post a video, I can't because you can't hear Tempe. You just hear 100 people singing what she's singing.
Great.
And it's, you know, so I like people to hear her voice, but, you know, I also am completely honored that people would sing along with our band. So
I'm always labeling wrong, but I assume you sing some rock anthems. I Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses. Maybe I'm wrong, but some of those come to mind. But
all of those we do. All the big songs that you grew up listening to.
Yes.
You know, whether it's You Shook Me All Night Long or You Give Love a Bad Name or Living on a Prayer or Sweet Child of Mine. Those songs are all iconic. And that's what we want to deliver is an iconic rock show.
All right. Now, as you came in, I don't think you're packing, but Radio Revolver. How did that name come about? Okay.
Honestly, the name was through a band name generator, so it wasn't anything.
AI. An AI.
I don't know if it had
AI.
But it was like the fifth name that came up, and everybody just looked at each other and said, "That's great." And we've been that. You know, there are times that when people say Radio Revolver, they think the old records, right? The Revolver or the jukebox, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we thought about changing it, but people know us for Radio Revolver, and we're just going to stick with it.
Okay.
And I'm not packing.
But thank you. Radio Revolver. It is a gun by name. Is that right? Or I'm not.
Radio Revolver was really more about a
gunsman.
record spinning.
Oh, okay.
A revolver of a record.
Okay,
but
so
I
we'll
don't
go there.
Now, when I say that, to be honest with you, it was generated from a system, so we don't know what the intent was. The system.
Gotcha.
But our definition was not to feel like it was gun related. Not that we have anything against guns. It just wasn't a gun-related name.
All right. Well, let's get this in quickly. Part one. Female lead singer. Her name is Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
And she has had some amazing background. It has included state of Florida, I think I heard, of course, Virginia, and did you say symphony and orchestra? Some of her singing background, and then we'll take a break and come back. But is that right, or describe that?
That's correct. She's done about everything you can do in the vocal arena. She's an amazing singer, very gifted type of voice. I think her claim to fame would be that, you know, she can sing all these heavy rock songs in the current key. So we don't really change the key. There's a couple songs that we change the key for different reasons, but not the vocals. And she's just amazing. She sings from the soul all the time, and that's the thing I love about her the most, is that it comes from the soul. It does not come from another place. It's not like she's reading lyrics off a screen. She is bringing it every single performance. So
we were talking earlier, you said just listening, and I was listening deeper in preparation for this, the website, and we'll mention the website later, but Radio Revolver, and the skill set of her is, that's not teachable. She was born or blessed with a lot of great vocals and skill.
Family sang, and family musicians, and her mom was a great singer, piano player, and you know, we're honored to have her. She is an amazing singer.
Hey, let's give the reminder to go ahead and like this. We hope you will be kind enough and share it I'm LT again. This is Eric, our guest, Radio Revolver. Lisa's going to step in. Awesome Aura 2, take part 2, but we've just laid down part 1 of our few minutes in chat with Radio Revolver. Bands and Clubs of the Triangle, Bands and Clubs of Triad NC, and Awesome Aura 10. Hey, thanks. We'll be back in just a minute. Thank you. Hold on.